yogis, this is your quick hips and emotion release flow. We're going to be giving up to God some emotions we've been stuck in today so that we can find a little bit of release. When you're ready, meet me on your mat in an easy seated pose. Start in a cross-legged seated position with your right leg in front. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, fold over. Start to deepen your breath. Maybe you rest your forehead down on the mat. I'd like for you to think about an emotion you've been trying to handle on your own. It might be fear, stress, anger, anxiety, distrust, or heartbreak. And now ask God to come in during these next 15 minutes and work on that emotion with you. Crawl your fingertips back up, switch out your legs, left leg in front. Inhale, reach your arms high. And exhale, fold over. Our breath mantra for today's class is inhale, God is with me. Exhale, I release, and then whatever emotion you chose to focus on today. So for example, you might inhale, God is with me. Exhale, I release anger. We'll take another one together. Inhale, and exhale. Crawl your fingertips back up. We'll meet in tabletop position. Pull your low belly in, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Start to get settled in your downward facing dog. Feet, hips width distance are a little wider. We'll start moving into our hips. Bend your right knee, straighten your left leg, shift into your left hip. Come up onto your toes, bend your left knee, straighten your right leg. Come up onto your toes, send your heels down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step your right foot behind your right wrist and left foot behind your left wrist. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Option to interlace your elbows over your head. Just gently let your torso hang over your thighs, bending your knees as much as you need to. Option to sway side to side. Place your fingertips down to the mat. Toe heel your feet a little closer together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Bend your knees, arms reach high. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Eyes closed. We'll take a few rounds of deep, emotion-releasing breath here. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Remember our mantra, God is with me. Exhale, sigh it out. I release. Inhale. And exhale. Release your palms down by your sides. Inhale, arms reach high, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, high plank. Shift forward, drop your knees, untuck your toes. Low push-up, elbows squeeze in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Draw some circles with your knee. And then roll out your ankle, clockwise, counterclockwise. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right knee to your nose, then step your foot through for a low lunge. Drop your back knee, untuck your back toe, lift your arms high for crescent moon. Draw your right hip back, left hip forward. Right hand comes down onto your right hip, left arm reaches up and over your head. Option to reach down with your right fingertips. Maybe you touch the ground, or you can leave it on your right hip. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, plant your palms down on either side of your foot. Now bring your palms to the inside of your right foot. Toe heel your right foot out to the edge of the mat. Lizard pose. And if you have hips that are a little more open, you can come down to your forearms. Option to rock back and forth with your hips, finding a little more space, continuing to breathe. Inhale, come back up onto your palms. Toe heel your foot back to the center in between. Tuck your back toe, gently step your left foot back in a little bit. Straighten both of your legs for pyramid pose. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward over your front leg. As you fold, pull your right hip back. Moving into triangle, spin your back heel down, front heel to back arch alignment. Right arm down, left arm reaches up towards the sky, so you're opening up your side body. Option to bring your hand onto your shin. Option to look up or look down at your toes. Inhale, use your oblique strength to lift you all the way up. Pivot your heels in, toes out. Bend your knees, sit down low for goddess pose. Hands can come to heart center. Continue your deep breathing. Inhale, arms reach wide, legs straight. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Inhale, arms reach wide. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Inhale, arms reach wide, legs straight. Exhale, surfer's lunge towards the back of your mat. Bend deeply in your left knee. Straighten your right leg out towards the front of your mat. Hands can come down. Inhale for chest expansion. Left fingertips down, right fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, option to go for the bind, linking your fingertips behind your back, if it's available to you. Release, place your fingertips down, crawl forward into a low lunge at the front of your mat. Step your back foot in a little. Inhale, lift your left foot up, standing splits. We'll move into some squats. Inhale. Exhale, bend both knees. Bring your left knee down behind your right. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squat. 3 more. Inhale, reach your left leg high. Exhale, bend and squat. Inhale, up. Exhale, squat. Inhale, up. Exhale, last one. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, bring your left leg down, parallel to your right. Toe heel your feet apart, and come down for a frog squat. Take your feet as wide as you need to. Place your fingertips down on the mat. Straighten through your legs. Toe heel your feet back together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Arms reach high. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, mountain pose. Arms reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Long spine. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back. High to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll move on to our left side. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Option to draw some circles with your knee. Take counterclockwise and clockwise motions with your ankle. Inhale. Exhale, left knee to your nose. Gently step your foot through. Drop your back knee, untuck your back toe. Inhale, arms reach high for crescent moon. Draw your left hip back, right hip forward. Left hand comes down to your left hip. Right arm reaches up and over, stretching out your right hip flexor. Option to reach your left hand down towards the ground. Get a little more space. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, plant your palms down. Palms come to the inside of your left foot. Toe heel your left foot out to the edge of the mat. Lizard pose. If you came down onto your forearms on the other side, option to do so here as well. If you rocked back and forth in your hips and that felt good for you, do it here too. Finding a little bit of mental space, a little bit of pause. Come back up onto your palms. Bring your foot back in between your fingers, center of the mat. Tuck your back toes. Step your back foot in a little bit. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten through both of your legs. Exhale, forward fold, pyramid pose. Continue to draw your left hip back into its socket. Moving into triangle, spin your back heel down, front heel to back arch alignment. Left fingertips down, right fingertips up towards the sky. Option to bring your left fingertips up onto your shin if you need a little bit more space. Inhale, use your oblique muscles to pull you all the way up. Heels in, toes out, goddess pose. Hands can come to heart center. Rock back and forth in your hips. We'll inhale, arms reach wide, straighten your legs. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Inhale, arms reach wide. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Inhale, arms reach wide. Exhale, surfer's lunge. Bend deeply into your right knee. Left leg reaches out long. Fingertips can come down. Right fingertips down. Left fingertips up towards the sky. Open up your chest. Option to go for the bind if you did so on the other side. Linking your hands behind your back. Reaching your heart open. Option to look up and over your left shoulder. Unwind gently. Place both fingertips down. Crawl your fingertips forward towards the top of the mat. Low lunge. Gently step your back foot in a little bit. And inhale for standing splits. Point your right toes and use the muscles of your right inner thigh to lift your leg a little bit higher. Inhale. Exhale, squat down, bend both knees. Right knee comes behind your left. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, squat. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, squat down low. Inhale, right leg high. Are you feeling this in your left hip? Exhale, squat low. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, last one. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, release your right leg down to the mat. Spread your feet wider than hips with distance. Come into frog pose. A deep squat, opening up our inner thighs, outer hips. Place your fingertips down. Toe heel your feet back together to parallel. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Arms reach high, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, step back, high plank. Shift forward, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, moving into pigeon pose. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, bring your right knee behind your right wrist, gently on the mat. Drop your back knee, untuck your back toe. Slowly crawl your right ankle forward towards your left wrist, but only as much as is comfortable for you. Lower your upper body down towards the ground, resting your head on whatever's available, your forearms, your palms. Come back to your breath. Taking these few quiet moments to let your practice settle in. And slowly coming on up. We'll swap out our legs from a seated position. Spin your left leg back around. Then take your right leg back behind you. Line up your left knee with your left wrist. Slowly lower your forehead down onto the mat. And continue to breathe those inhales and exhales. Our mantra of release. Ecclesiastes 3:4 says, "There is a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance." We are emotional beings, and that's okay, but our Father does not want us to struggle by ourselves. Gently come on up, bring your fingertips to the mat, swing your right leg around, place your soles of your feet down on the mat, hips width distance, and slowly lower down and back. If you're pregnant, maybe use a bolster to keep your chest elevated. Bring your knees into your chest, moving into our final posture, happy baby pose. Grab onto the outsides of your feet, or if that's not accessible, grab onto the backs of your thighs behind your knees. You can rock your baby back and forth, straighten into one leg and then the other, just getting out any final movements. Inhale, squeeze everything in nice and tight. Forehead comes to your knees. Inhale up to the very tippy top. And exhale, release. Legs come long. Arms reach out towards your side. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath your back. So you can have a nice long neck. And lie down for savasana. Today we'll close in Shavasana, and if you have the time, I encourage you to linger a little longer in His comforting presence. I'll close in prayer. Father God, please forgive us for trying to handle everything on our own. We are so grateful that we can offer up our emotional burdens to you in exchange for peace and joy. It is in your name we release fear, anger, stress, anxiety, and heartbreak. Cover us in your comforting presence today and remind us of your will for our lives. In Jesus' name, amen.